Hi, my name is Dr. Daniel Fox. I'm a licensed psychologist in the state of Texas and an expert in the area of personality disorders. And today I'm going to talk about borderline personality disorder and the empathy paradox. Now, there are many paradoxes associated with borderline personality disorder. Now, a paradox is something that is self-contradictory. And when you think about that, you're probably thinking, and if you think about borderline personality disorder, you're thinking, well, there is a lot about borderline personality disorder that is self-contradictory. Well, today we're going to talk about the empathy paradox. Okay? Now, the empathy paradox for individuals with borderline personality disorder or with borderline personality disorder traits is that these folks are good at reading emotions in others due to paying extra attention to what's going on around them and in their environment and the people that are in it. But this information tends to get distorted along the way. And this causes the individual with borderline personality disorder or borderline personality disorder traits to misinterpret those emotions as negative, which leads to greater likelihood of reacting negatively in situations. So now there's something else. There's a greater degree of the felt need for rapid response, the greater the impairment. Now let's think about that. The more pressure there is for you to respond, the quicker or the more likely you are to fall into that negative assessment in order to feel like you need to protect yourself, keep yourself safe, so you have a greater degree of negative response. Okay? So that paradox, right, is the ability to read what's going on in the environment, which folks with BPD are really good at. They read the emotion in the environment. They believe they do read the emotions in others, and research has shown this, that they read the emotions in others more effectively, but it tends to be skewed towards the negative, and that negative tends to drive them to respond negatively. Okay. Now we'll talk a little bit more about it. Okay, we don't want to go too far in the weeds. We'll stay focused. We'll keep on going. All right. So now research shows, I'll get it out. Research shows that those with BPD do possess enhanced empathic skills, and individuals with BPD do have an increased sensitivity or a higher likelihood to perceive negative emotional stimuli. And this has been shown. There's been research to support this. And that this negative stimuli, this tendency to perceive this negative stimuli, leads to reduced ability to stop, think, determine best outcome, and then react. And the impairment in doing this impairs your ability to control yourself and your performance, particularly in tasks where there is a quick response that's needed. What's interesting about borderline personality disorder is because of this processing deficit and this ability to perceive emotions, right, in others and recognize that distortion drives you to feel like more situations that are not urgent are urgent. Another paradox. Okay, so we'll get a little bit more into the empathy paradox. Okay, and there's this tendency, because you tend to perceive more situations as urgent, that you have this greater tendency to be overwhelmed. And if you're somebody who knows someone with borderline personality disorder, if you've been diagnosed with it, you believe you have the traits, and the criteria kind of fits for you, you're probably like, well, yeah, I feel overwhelmed quite a bit. Well, let me give you a real world example. So you're in line at the grocery store, okay, but you're in a hurry to go and meet your friend. Okay, so as you're waiting in line, the person in front of you pulls out a checkbook. I mean, who has a checkbook anymore, right? So this guy pulls out a checkbook. Now, the guy in front of you appears annoyed, okay? And you can tell that he's angry and frustrated. Now, that borderline personality disorder, that empathic sense is really going off, right? So this is kind of your spider sense, right? So it's really going off. You can tell this guy's annoyed and frustrated. But what happens is, and this is where that impairment, that borderline personality impairment comes in, is you misinterpret that the guy in front of you feels this way and is doing this, pulled out his checkbook because he doesn't care about you, okay? And he knows you're in a hurry. Now, then there's more. Before we get to breaking it down, there's more going on at the grocery store, right? Then the checkout person is slow to process the check because they probably don't see a whole lot of checks, so they're not sure what to do with it, right? And the cashier, the person checking you out, appears annoyed because she doesn't like you either. That's how you interpret it. You interpret that annoyance, right? You internalize it, you make it personal. And you get super irritated. You start to huff and puff, right? So you put out a loud sigh, right? You ever do one of those, and you get so frustrated, you angrily drop your stuff on the floor, you break your jar of pickles and all your other stuff, okay? And you tell the cashier and the guy what they can go do to themselves, right? We're not going to add expletives in this one, but you get what I mean, right? And you are angry, supercharged as you leave the grocery store to go and meet your friend. Now, here's the thing. We know that individuals with borderline personality disorder, they have a tendency to perceive and respond to internal urges, okay, that are a mixture of learned distrust of others, right, that disrupts your ability to develop lasting and stable mental pictures of how you see and evaluate people in your mind, which leads to this lasting dysfunction, right? A lot of this, in psychology, there's some theories called internal working models. Okay, we won't get into that today. But there's these internal working models, these mental representations, these models that we have of others. And with individuals with borderline personality disorder, they tend to be distorted, highly negative. As you develop, there tends to be a misperception of that, which then feeds into that empathy paradox and the paradox of borderline personality disorder overall. Okay, now the history of learned inconsistency drives you to react as though you're going to be disrespected, hurt, or abandoned, or all three. Now remember the grocery store, right, that we just talked about. You were in a hurry, so you're already emotionally amped up. You've got this angry guy, right, the frustrated cashier, the dreaded checkbook. What's a checkbook, right? Outward sign of disrespect to you, that's how you interpret it, right? Because you've been disrespected in the past, and when you're disrespected, you are then hurt, abandoned, or both. Okay. Now this leads you to act out, like in the grocery store example, right? That acting out is you drop all your stuff, your pickles break, and you head out, right, to go meet your friend in a huff and puff, right? So now, by the way though, think of what the consequence is. What is the consequence? That you just stormed out, right? So you misperceived the situation. Maybe the guy's frustrated that all he has are checks. Maybe he lost his debit card. Maybe the person behind the counter has never seen a check before, and he or she doesn't know how to process the check. So they're confused and frustrated, and then you're adding to that because you're interpreting and you're internalizing and you're personalizing the situation that's going on. Okay? But by the way, now don't forget though, you went grocery shopping, which means you have to do your grocery shopping, and now you don't have your groceries, which means you have to go back and reshop, losing the time you probably didn't have to begin with. And this is really important, I think, to conceptualize, because when you think about it, a lot of these responses, and certainly perceiving the environment, even though with BPD you're at a higher likelihood to recognize negative situations, but you're also likely to have that distortion too. So you may see the negatives more accurately, but the positives or neutral situations, you're at a higher likelihood to perceive those as negative. So you're perceiving more situations as negative that may not actually be there, but you are amped up and you have a drive to resolve these situations quickly so you don't feel hurt, abandoned, disrespected, right? Or other sort of core content, right, that we've talked about in my other videos. So what do? You're amped up. You want to resolve the situation immediately so that you can move on and you can feel safe. So you act out, destroy your pickles, and head out of the grocery store. But the loss, and this is what causes that interpersonal system disruption, is that you end up having that negative consequence falls on you. Because now you have to go reshop in this example, or you have to go and try to repair a relationship, or you have to go and do something else in order to compensate for what's happened. And I see that a lot with my clients with borderline personality disorder, that it's a lot of repairing behaviors, because what happens is you get this internal urge, this internal sensation, right? Because of that heightened ability to perceive negatives. We know that you perceive negatives more accurately, but we know the neutrals and the positives are perceived negatives. So you have a greater preponderance of negatives. And you're responding to all of these situations more negatively because they're misperceived. Okay? Now the empathy paradox is at work here. Okay? Now remember, it pertains to your ability to pay attention to and recognize emotions in others. But it's an impaired cognitive and behavioral system that's at play. It's an internal process system that is disrupted, that causes you to perceive these negative emotions that are not as likely to be causing you more problems. You exacerbate, make them worse, these problems, these issues. Whereas if you look at the grocery store situation, had you just waited, Or what we didn't even talk about is go to another line. We didn't even talk about if there were other checkout lines that were possible. What are other alternatives? But what happens is that once you get amped up and you have those internal urges and you're perceiving a lot of things as negative and you start to feel overwhelmed, things start to close down. And when they close down, you start to feel trapped. And when you feel trapped, what do? You have to resolve and react. So, what can you do about this? Well, when you recognize, right, we want you to recognize the emotions in others, because we know, right, if you have borderline personality disorder, you're at a higher likelihood to see those negatives, but distorted positives and neutrals, okay? So what we want you to do is, I want you to stop, right, and remind yourself of that negative tendency, okay? Now, look for environmental evidence to support or disprove what you're feeling and interpreting. Slow down. Look for that evidence. The checkbook guy, he doesn't know you. The cashier, maybe you go to this grocery store a lot. Maybe they kind of recognize you, kind of don't. Depends on where you live and who you see, right? So then we want you to look for environmental evidence to support or disprove what you're feeling and interpreting, right? So in the supermarket situation, the grocery situation, right? That guy doesn't know you. He doesn't know you're in a hurry, right? But we interpret that. You internalize that. You personalize that. What the cashier doesn't know what to do with a check. When's the last time he or she saw a check? We don't know. Maybe it was 10 minutes ago. Maybe it was 15 years ago. We don't know. Okay? But you internalize that, you make it personal. And when you make it personal, you start to feel trapped, and that trap drives you to respond. And what happens is that once your core content is kicks up those borderline surface structure behaviors, which tend to be disruptive, smashing your pickles and heading out. Okay? And then now you have to reshop. And that's just a simplified example. I'm sure you can think of 100 examples that this situation fits, that the empathy paradox fits. But what we want you to do is, we want you to look for that environmental evidence that supports it. Maybe it is negative, right? But maybe it's not. So is there evidence, environmental evidence, to support it or disprove it? Okay? Then I want you to reassess the situation, okay, and determine the best outcome. Slowing down is tough. I understand that. But it is key to getting control of that borderline personality disorder, of that core content that's kicking up your surface structure. Slow down, process, and reason. Your borderline personality disorder wants you to go 150 miles an hour, because if you're going 150 miles an hour, it's hard to focus on what's going on. So you feel more internal, and when you feel more internal, your BPD lens is kicked in, right? And I'll do a video on that, right? That causes that distortion. And then you respond with those old maladaptive negative behaviors. And the empathy paradox, you can see how all of this fits in there. Okay? So what we want to do is, I want you to remember, slow and steady wins the race, not rapid pace, right, to the finish. Remember the story of the tortoise and the hare. Who won? The tortoise won. The hare didn't, because the hare, right, was booking it and was like, Psh, I'm way ahead, I don't have to worry about it. But the tortoise was slow and steady, and slow and steady will help you win the race against borderline personality disorder. I want to thank you for your time and attention. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please keep your feeling sensors and your spidey borderline personality disorder sensors out if you are falling into that empathy paradox, and work to slow down. Okay, and get greater sense of control. So thank you so much for your time and appreciation. I hope you find this beneficial. If you liked it, check out some of my other videos, or you're welcome to subscribe. That would be great. So thank you very much, and have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.